What's up? This is Andy. I'm back with some No House Advantage Thursday Night Football Pick'em contest selections. And this Thursday night we got another riveting contest, this time between the Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. And believe it or not, this is actually an upgrade from some of the primetime games we've been getting lately. And not to say much about this, but at least there's some players, some dynamic players in this game. And, we even got one coming back. Are we going to be using him in our lineup? Time will tell. Now, in case you haven't played in one of these contests, here's how No House Advantage works. It's fantasy and player props rolled into one. You select a player from like a drop-down menu. It shows you potential props that you can bet on, and then you select over or under depending on what you believe. For example, you can take Kyler Murray. It will show you passing touchdowns, passing yards, interception. If you have a strong feeling about one of those three, well, you click passing yards, over or under. Now that's one of your picks right there. The more that you get right, the more you ascend in the standings and the more that money lines your pockets. So we're going to be trying to make some selections for this Thursday night game. If you never want to trust any of my selections, I don't take it personally. However, what you should definitely do then is go over to Stokastic, where they will give you free projections on these No House Advantage contests. So go over there, see their optimal lineups page, $0 to access the optimal lineups for this contest. But for me, you want some of my picks? We're gonna start on the Arizona side of the ball. I am very low on Arizona as a team. But the big question remains, will DeAndre Hopkins breathe some life into this lineup? If you've seen Kyler Murray's record with and without Hopkins, very drastic. I'm gonna err kind of on the side of, I think he's gonna help a little bit, although I'm too scared to take his prop. It could be one of those things, it's week 7, he goes out there, pulls his hamstring on the very first play of the game or something. However, I do like Kyler Murray to not throw an interception in this one. He's been throwing a lot of high percentage short throws. Maybe that goes up a little bit with Hopkins in this game. But he doesn't seem to take as many risks, especially in a game that has, the potential to be low scoring against Andy Dalton. I guess we'll see exactly what the quarterback situation is on that. But I like Kyler Murray not to throw an interception in this game. Then looking at the other quarterback, I'm assuming it's going to be Andy Dalton. They had him listed as limited in both practices, which means he'll probably be able to gut it out. So assuming Andy Dalton plays, I'm going to take the under 1.5 touchdowns for him. The way the Saints play, I believe as soon as they get near that goal line, they want to yank whoever the quarterback is out, get Taysom Hill in there, run those options with Kamara or Mark Ingram, and I think throwing over 1.5 touchdowns, albeit against, pretty soft defense, I'll bet against that. Andy Dalton never scared any defense out there, so I'm taking the under 1.5 touchdowns for Andy Dalton. Looking at receivers in this game, like I said about Kyler Murray, he likes taking those high percentage throws, seemingly so far. We'll see if that changes with Hopkins back. But a guy like Rondale Moore, we have a small sample size, a couple of games, and he's getting a ton of looks. Now, this is a full year away from not having Kirk and all this other target competition. There's going to be no Marquise Brown in this game. DeAndre Hopkins is his first game back. I have to love the receptions for Rondale Moore, because they're going to give him 2 behind the line of scrimmage, then however many out there in the field. So I want the over on Rondale Moore receptions. Then on the Saints side of the ball, you're going to have Olave coming back, and although he draws a lot of targets, it's very different if Jameis Winston randomly ends up starting this game. I'm not going to take this bet. However, if Dalton's starting, which I think that's what's going to happen, I'm going to take the under on Olave receiving yards. I know that when he played with Dalton in London against the Vikings, I believe the number was over. But Dalton just doesn't look down the field enough for me to be willing to take the over on this yards total. It's too high. So I'm going to take the under on Chris Olave. I'm also going to take the under on Callaway, because if he's not going to be force-fed as many looks that he's got these last couple of weeks with Landry out, Thomas out, Olave out, I don't really see him getting more than a catch or two. Maybe he develops a little bit of a rapport while he's had these couple of weeks here, while the other receivers have been out. but I don't like Marquez Callaway to go over. So I'm going to take the under on him. And those are the 5 picks that I got for you. I got no interceptions for Kyler Murray, or under half of 1 interception. I got the under 1.5 touchdowns for Andy Dalton. The under on receiving yards for Chris Olave and Marquez Callaway. And then the over on receptions for Rondale Moore. As you can see, I think this is going to be another awful primetime game. I mean, if you just kept betting on the unders for all of these games have been so awful, you'll be a winner. And until I see a shift in some of these games, I think I'm sticking with this awful Amazon Prime Thursday game theme. So that's what I got for you. Good luck to you guys. Remember to toss a subscribe here to this channel, like the video, and I will see you guys before Sunday for the bigger contest. Take it easy, have a good one, and I will see you then.